30 years ago today, a group of teenagers had their lives and the internet landscape changed forever. In the decades since, many heroes have continued the legacy. Welcome to my spoiler review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. Special drops us right into the action as Rita Repulsa, voiced again by Robert Goodson, confronting the Rangers again in a new body. Has very much a Machine Empire looking feel to it. I'll get into why later. Special also sees return of multiple alumni from years past, notably Walter Jones as Zack and David Yost as Billy. The latter always was my favorite growing up. The opening fight is a good indicator of what we're in for over the next hour. Despite a valiant effort, Trini Kwan takes a lethal spell from Rita and is thrown off a cliff. This marks the inciting incident and results in Billy and Zack becoming surrogate guardians to her daughter Min by France's newcomer Charlie Kirsch. The main story takes place 1 year after the scene, with Rita returning to finish what she started with the others. Not only that, she wants to wipe all teams from existence, including killing the rest of the team before they get their powers. Min, Zack, and Billy get ambushed at the graveyard by Rita along with the other Rangers. Two monsters have been reborn, with makeovers also giving Machine Empire vibes. The Minotaur and the Snizzard. Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy wind up getting captured, and they're portrayed by figurines in Lightning Collection, and with other Rangers we'll get to later. This also sees Min not only coming to terms with Trini's sacrifice, but also take her mantle in battle. As I suggested before, it's like a small scale version of Ghostbusters Afterlife, Wakanda Forever in handling the Light 3 Trang. The Minotaur also smashes Harvey Garvey's tombstone, and even though the actor is still alive, his character apparently died in 2022. The special is rife with Easter eggs, both obvious and deep cut, and we'll get to more over the course of the special. Billy escapes with the others in the Rad Boat 2, and while he starts formulating a plan to stop Rita, Min still holds him responsible for Trini's death. He and Zack head to Cranston Tech, and it makes sense that he'd be a Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark kind of character that planned for this and built a new way to tap into Morphin Grid among other gear. The base is even where the command center / power chamber once stood. Back on the moon, Rita wants to accelerate her plan and 6 more Rangers to power her machine, which drains her life force. She sends out the upgraded Putty Patrol and the Snizzard to make good on this plan. Alpha 9 was Richard Horvitz sends a call to arms across known universe. Side note, I do like the upgrades given to Power Chamber, and even looks like a natural progression from the original design. They even have the Crack 2 that once held Zordon, which suggests Countdown Destruction is still canon. As for Alpha 8, he was the vessel for Rita's robot body, as this Rita came from a timeline where she was never redeemed from the Z-Wave. Billy realizes he must make things right and initiates the Bandora Protocol, a for Zero Ranger Easter egg. It involves not just Angel Grove, but also Astro Mega Ship from In Space, Terra Venture from Lost Galaxy, Turtle Cove from Wild Force, Reef Side from Dino Thunder, Coral Harbor from Beast Morphers, and the real world Osaka, Japan. They recruit 2 more veteran Rangers, Catherine Sutherland's Catherine Cat Hillard and Steve Cardenas Rocky DeSantos. The latter is one of my favorite Red Rangers, and the former grew on me over time. They don't have proxy power coins, just an occasion, which makes sense given the originals were broken years ago. They also have begun repairing the dinosaurs, which we will get to later. Elsewhere, Min continues her training and has hinted her father is gone as well. She's very much her mother's daughter, and I'm very eager to see more actions going forward. She sees an alert on her phone of an attack on the city and grabs her late mother's morpher to help. It's also the Legacy Morpher, based on the actual prop they used on the TV show. The Rangers realize that they're being tracked while morphed, so they switch back to their human forms and pair off to contain the putties in the city. Also, turns out Bulk and Skull in the sandwich game now. Can't be any weirder than the people who just bought out Subway. Back at Cranston Tech, they get a message from 2 other Rangers at Space Patrol Alpha. Aisha Tyler, played again by Karen Ashley, and Adam Park, played again by Johnny M. Bosch. They exchange a small a meaningful motivator, especially with Tommy's absence. Billy goes with Kat, and Zach teams with Rocky at the youth center/juice bar. The way we created the set is a nice touch, as it's Zach's hip hop keto. Not surprised, he's Jones, a choreographer now. Cardenas, of course, is one of many alumni who parlayed his time on the show into a very fruitful MMA career. Though Min can't morph yet, this is technically consistent with the rules established in canon. Never use powers for personal gain, and never escalate a fight unless the enemy gives you no choice. This will be important later. While Zack and Billy don't want Min to get hurt, she also realizes they need her help. I know it's not as common in this franchise as it is in DC or Marvel, but it's not uncommon for a superhero to lose at least one parent or guardian as an origin story prerequisite. Billy sets a trap for the Snizzard and the Minotaur, an electromagnet that will take the fight back to Rita and trap them. And back on the moon, more captured rangers are in the machine. The Yellow Space Ranger, the Wolf Whistling the Wolf Ranger, the Blue Beast Morpher Ranger, and the Phantom Ranger. Guess that means he isn't Billy, and gives me a short list of figures for the Lightning Collection to look up. Before Rita sends her monsters back out, she adds Zero Ranger 2, Yellow to the machine. As said before, Cat definitely grow me. He has Zero Ranger 1 Pink and the first big Turbo Ranger. The monster is caught in the magnet, and they work on tracing their signals at Cranston Tech. So, Min is asked to stay safe in the power chamber. She gets the keys to Radbug 2 and is able to rescue civilians near an overturned car. So that photo that people had got people concerned was red herring. And of course, I don't have a problem with the driver's lifestyle. I've been part of David's no hate movement for over 10 years now. Using Alpha's invisibility generators, the Rangers infiltrate Rita's palace, as does Min. If only looking truth, she decides to confront Rita. Even though she still can't morph yet, she actually puts up a good fight in her human form. The Rangers find the machine, and other captured Rangers inside include the Black Space Ranger, half the Lost Galaxy Rangers, the Red and White Dino Thunder Rangers, and the Red and Gold Beast Morphers Rangers. Billy and Zack recognize the space dumps that contain Rita, and she intends to give her advice to her past self. Basically, imagine Biff getting the almanac multiplied by several orders of magnitude. Min is finally able to morph and take her mother's mantle because she's not just fighting for herself, she's fighting for her team and for her planet. I have a feeling that Trini's sacrifice is her canon event. Seeing highlights from the past in her mind's eye, one thing becomes clear as they morph. Her mother, in a way, is alive, and so is the Yellow Ranger. Rita makes her middle monsters grow, meaning it's time for the upgraded Megazord battle on the moon. Before then, Rita gets run through with Billy's lance, which is quite dark. Guess they only kept it because she's Robo-Rita. Zag strikes the Minotaur, and the restored Megazord is a mix of CGI, suitmation, and the new models from the Zord Section project. Nice. The Minotaur is scrapped. It's a bit like how Rocky and Kat fill the roles she's seen and Kimberly had in the cockpit before. As Rita tries to make contact with her past self, the power sword is summoned and Snizzard is scrap metal. Whatever Hasbro has planned with the reboots, hoping the Zord battles will be like that on a larger scale. Blend of the real robot physics in Pacific Rim and the super robots in the live-action Transformers movies. Robo-Rita and her machine are sent to the scrap heap. The Free Rangers return home and the rest celebrate together at the juice bar. Yellow is definitely your color, Min. They close on archive scene of Kimberly singing Down the Road from the Sonic Guitardo, in dedication to both Dewey Trang and Jason David Frank, who died in 2001 and 2022 respectively. Wherever they are, they will be remembered and missed. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger. This special is not only a loving tribute to the past 30 years of the franchise, it also serves a window into its future with both Cosmic Fury and a reboot on their way, Much like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and countless others, including their Super Sentai counterparts, the many teams that earn their place in the pantheon of superheroes. I'm fully behind Hasbro shifting this to an all-ages brand in the vein of Star Wars, Transformers, or Marvel Cinematic Universe. Without Netflix use elements of source material and makes their own, I welcome it. Final rating is 4 out of 4. Thank you for letting me share this with you all. May the power protect you forever.